I can't even begin to explain to you how excited I am about what I've discovered today, what I've discovered yesterday. In the last 2 days, I've discovered something. I've consolidated this idea. I have put it in concrete. I now fully believe this is a real thing. Today, I've woken up like I didn't even do deficit deadlifts yesterday. In recent times, when I do deficit deadlifts, the following day, I'm a corpse, okay? I am tired. My back is fried. I've got a whole bunch of DOM soreness through the back. I'm lethargic. I'm walking around like a truck hit me. Just crappy performance. All I'm really able to do is some pull-ups and things of that nature. Can't squat, can't deadlift, can't do anything. Today, I woke up fresh like I didn't even deficit deadlift yesterday. And what's the change? What did I change yesterday? I did some freaking high reps for the posterior chain. I did the GHD back raises. I ended up doing 10 sets of 20. Stupid amount of volume. Pumped the hell out of that body with blood after the super heavy 3 sets of 5 200 kilo deficit deadlifts. Tried to get 240, failed it. Was really kind of tight and fatigued in my lower back. Still ended up hitting 3 sets of 5 200. And finished the workout with a whole bunch of back raises on the GHD machine. And today I woke up like I didn't even do any of that work. I first stumbled across this when I was doing squats. I worked out that freaking high rep squats. There was some sort of magical freaking thing about them. It's like a damn potion in a video game that you take and all of a sudden your health bar is maxed out. It's this idea that yes, you can hit your heavy weights, but if you do really high rep to finish the workout, it's restorative. Blood is restorative. The whole freaking thing about training, bodybuilding, powerlifting, whatever you want to do, is tissue repair. That's what we're trying to do, right? And this is where the whole drug scene comes into it and whatever. You can take all sorts of things to kind of improve that. But naturally speaking, we have something up our sleeves, and that is just simply doing high reps. Traditional powerlifting, bodybuilding, all of that stuff, periodization, will have you going from really high reps today to like in 4 or 5 months time or 12 weeks, whatever the hell you're doing low reps. So you're going from high repetitions, low weight, to high weight, low repetitions, right? This like crisscross kind of relationship on a graph where you're going from really lightweight to really heavyweight. What I'm telling you is I believe in concurrent periodization where you are touching a single training max today. Maybe you're doing a double, triple, a whole bunch of that type of work as back off work. But then at some point, you're also doing sets of 20 and 30 and 40 within the same session because that part is restorative. Heavy ass weight for a few reps brings the tension. And we know very well that that's what gets us stronger. That's what kind of makes those adaptations for strength. It kind of strengthens the ligaments, the tendons. It strengthens that neural firing, that coordination that's required, the CNS practice, right? That's the whole thing about strength. It's a neuromuscular expression. But what happens to the muscles? The muscles don't get any freaking circulation. You don't get a pump doing triples. Some people will say you don't. If you think that's a pump with a triple, try doing a set of 30 and now tell me what's a bigger pump. The reason why pump work, the reason why circulation work is really important is because those are the units, the blood cells, the bloodstream. Those are the units of carriage. That's what carries this shit around our body. We don't breathe through osmosis. We don't breathe through diffusion. The skin kind of enters the body. We're not these creatures. We need to breathe in and consume food. And then there's digestion, and then it all hits the bloodstream. And the blood is like a traffic map of a city. It all goes everywhere, right? And it carries. Now, if you have very few trucks in this traffic bringing stuff down to the site of damage, to the building sites where we're working, you're not going to build anything, man. It's impossible. There's not enough traffic. You're not sending enough trucks down. But if you do pump work, all of a sudden you're getting a pump. There's a whole lot of blood. It's huge amount of carriers of goodness to the site, and carriers taking stuff from the side, the waste products, the skip bins, all of that is being taken away. That's what cellular respiration is, right? Like the whole point is you take stuff that you need and you get rid of the stuff that you don't want. And this is where concurrent periodization to me, to my psyche, to my intelligence makes the most sense. It doesn't make sense to go without circulation for like, months on end. To me, that makes no sense. And I've always felt it. But now I feel like I've come across another body part, another movement which completely makes sense to do this. I felt it with squats. Started getting really strong with doing high rep squats. Sets of freaking 50, man. In recent times, only a month or two ago, whatever it was now, I hit a 212 PR, 212 and a half kg PR on the back squat, on the back of doing these sets of 50. Not only that, but I hit 180 on the front squat. So all of these things are happening for me doing high reps. But not high reps in isolation. No. I'm not saying that all you need to do is sets of 50. No. You need to have both. And you need to have it at the same time. Because that's harmony. If you just go with circulation, right, and you don't worry about anything else, you're doing bodyweight squats until the cows come home, man. You're just pumping that shit out. Sets of, thousands of reps every day. You don't have the tension. You're getting plenty of circulation. You're repairing the hell out of it. But you are not practicing heavy-ass weight. I've said to you guys many times before. There is nothing like heavy-ass weight to teach you how to lift heavy-ass weight. So when you load up a really high pinch squat with 300 kilos, basically 150 times your maximum rep, full range of motion, you load up 150 times, and you take that thing for like an inch or two range of motion from the pins to a standing position and back down. The contractions through your body cannot be mimicked in any other way, man. You have 300 kilos on your back, man. Like my lats, my neck, my freaking cheek muscles, my forehead, my ears, and all the way down. Everything's being locked up because it's a freaking war, okay? If Mike Tyson was going to hit you and you see it coming, not a single muscle in your body is going to be relaxed because, you are fully locked in, and that's what it feels like to be wrestling a 300-kilo bar. So you need that aspect, doesn't have to be just a pinch squat. Just practicing your training max on a daily basis or a frequent basis, whatever you guys are doing, is going to allow you to practice your sport, which is one rep, and then you do the high reps, which is all the other stuff that I mentioned. So same thing for the deadlift. Like, I thought, how am I going to improve my resilience to hip hinging movements? I feel like I'm natural at it, but it takes so much out of me. It takes so much out of me for this reason, man. I work up to a max of 240 on the deficit. Come back down, I do a 3x3 at 220, and then I pack my stuff and go home. I've damaged my body immensely through a large range of motion with heavy-ass weight, and then I just pack up and go. It's like dropping a nuclear bomb on a site and then preventing the emergency services getting to that site to help, to repair, rebuild. That's what you're doing. You drop a nuclear bomb, then you go home. You come back another day, drop another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. What's going to be left, man? Just a freaking pit of hell. Nothing left. You can't, the cycles of recovery are way too long like that. You need to wait days on end for the one truck to go up and down the street to repair. It's going to take forever. But if you get a pump after dropping a nuclear bomb and you send the whole world, freaking the NATO sends all of its help into that site to repair everything, all of a sudden things are moving, blah, 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 you're repairing really quickly. That's how I'm kind of thinking about it now. And, I'm freaking excited. I'm freaking excited that I did all of that yesterday. I felt like crap. I fought through it. And today I woke up like nothing freaking happened, man. And the only thing I changed was just do a shit ton of back raises. Shit ton of them. 10 sets of 20, man. Today I went to the gym again. And what do you think I did today? Give me some more of that, man. Give me some more of that. Whatever I had yesterday, I want some of that. I want to overdose on that stuff. This time around, I went to a different gym. I haven't been at the gym for a little while now. But they've got a 45 hyper. And when it comes to 45 hyper versus GHD, for some reason, the 45 hyper feels better to me. You guys might like the GHD, that's fine. But the 45 hyper just suits me and it's kind of more comfortable and I get more range of motion, more load, whatever. So I went in, got my 5 sets of 20 in there. Had a freaking lower back pump from hell. Went to the front squats, gingerly kind of warmed up with that thing. I don't know whether you guys saw at the start of the video, a few of the bars were like bent, man. Like, I don't know whether the gym owners and managers, whoever, they know about it, but a few of those bars were bent. And last thing you want to have is a bent bar on your back or on your collarbones, right? Like on your shoulders. But anyway, I worked up to 160 for one. That felt all right. Like, you know, I'm fatigued, don't get me wrong, but I'm not sore anyway. Like, I feel like I've already recovered so much quicker, which makes me now think maybe I can increase the frequency of these deficit pulls if I continue to do this. That's the exciting bit. I can do more work. That's what it feels like. My body's more refreshed. But we'll see how that all goes, and, you know, obviously I'll auto-regulate and see how it all kind of feels. But I was able to hit 160 today, and then after that I ended up doing 5 sets of 3 with 140 kilos, and then straight back to the hyper 45, and I spent a whole bunch of time there with another 5 sets of 20, and that was the session. I had plans to do pull-ups and whatnot, all this stuff, but this was so hot in my brain. I was so excited about all of this that I just could not wait to get in and try the 45 hyper. The whole day today I'm thinking to myself, man, I need one of these things next to my freaking bed. A 45-degree hyper. The hypers that you see at the gym, certainly this gym, is top notch, man. It's like heavy duty, thick steel. It's not shaky at all, blah blah blah. All that stuff. I would love one of those, but it's like $1,000, man. It's so freaking expensive for such a simple freaking thing, but it's so expensive. I'd love one though. I would really, really love one. And automatically I started thinking about all the previous days that I had set up that makeshift GHD back race type of thing that I'd set up with, like, you know, cans and whatever the hell I ended up doing, you know, blocks and all sorts of things I lined up. This is probably like last year. At the start of last year, I reckon I did all of that. So I was doing a whole lot of that back in the day. So now I'm kind of pulling things from all of my history, all of these ideas, and I'm kind of using them together. Okay, in all my training history, I know that posterior chain work is really, really good, but now I'm kind of doing both heavy and lightweight at the same time. Get that tension in, get that blood in, and it's just a perfect harmony. Those bloody bodybuilders, man, those bloody bodybuilders. They work stuff out. I mean, hypertrophy is their number one goal. Obviously, that's a sport about mass and symmetry and all that kind of stuff. But they've worked it out, man. They know what's up. Those high reps, those pumps, as Arnold used to say. You know, the pumps, man. That's the ecstasy of our existence. For a long time, I thought he was not really welcome in a power athlete. You don't want to get pumps, you know. But now I'm like, yeah, sure. Get your low rep stuff in, but finish the workout with pumps, man. Finish the workout with some sort of high repetition work where you are literally flushing the body with blood. Get the resources in, get the stuff into the tissue that you need, and then you wake up the following day, man, like it feels like it's day 3 or 4 today post deficits. Not day 1 of rest, right? Like, it's crazy. This is where all of my ideas about active recovery, man, like, I know there's research to say this, that, the other, but like anecdote is the most powerful freaking research when it comes to this industry, at least. My experience in this, man, no one can tell me anything otherwise, man. I don't care how many, you know, white coats are lining up to tell me I've got a double control. I don't give a shit what you got, man. My experience tells me is that when I do high reps, low weight, I feel fantastic, man. My existence is just completely different. So I'm going to continue to do that, and I'm going to continue to kind of take that brainstorming and take it to everything that I'm doing, right? Okay, you want to do pull-ups? No worries. Work up to a freaking heavy set of 3 with chains and weight. Finish that sucker off with their body weight stuff. Maybe even chuck a band on, make it lighter, get a set of 50 of pull-ups. Or go to a lat pull-down machine. That's what I'm thinking now. Just blood, reps, just movement, non-stop. Freaking excited, man. So that's what's on my mind right now, and I'm thinking about all this sort of stuff. And surprisingly about the 45 hypers, they're not like, you know, high rep squats where you're breathing and like dying, like 50 deaths, like, and your lungs are burning up. 45 hypers I was able to get away with without any respiratory distress at all, you know. So I didn't upset the bronchitis, whatever I got going on right now. It didn't trouble me at all. So that's another really good aspect of that, you know. Freaking 45 hypers, man. I want to get one. I'm going to start looking at if I can find one somewhere. I don't know, man. I don't want a shitty one, but at the same time, I would love to, you know. I've got a shift tomorrow, so I'll be in the garage at 4:30 in the morning. And I'm thinking, how am I going to do it? How am I going to set it up? But anyway, you can probably wait for the next day where I can go to the gym. I want to thank everyone on Patreon. So this is the first video where everyone that is less than tier 3 is going to be in the description. The first video, so we don't have a billion names on the screen. All the names are going to be down at the bottom. The special thanks, the top tier Patreon guys are on the screen. And those fellas, like I mentioned yesterday, Taylor Gunn and Samuel Richards. Those two fellas have been at it for a long time. Big supporters of me for quite a long time. And then yesterday I got Stephen Prica, I believe that's how you say your last name, to come on board. So I've got 3 top tier Patreon supporters. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank all of you guys on Discord as well for helping me out, setting all of that stuff up. I'm not a computer guru, like I said, so it's really nice for you guys that, you know, showing me the ropes. Already you guys are uploading your videos of your form and your reps. That's what I had in mind. That's what I really wanted that community to be. You guys sharing your stuff, and you guys know I always say it, man. I love watching other people lift, and that's what I love doing, man. I remember back in the day I used to go on YouTube, type in squat, and then, like, you know, do really short videos. I just wanted to see people squat. And then through watching other people squat, I'm there learning about movement, and I'm assessing people. And that in turn kind of gives me knowledge, and I'm comparing notes and all that. This is amazing. You guys are not only showing me your videos, but you're talking about your experience, what's going on, what you're feeling, and we're bouncing ideas. Love it. Absolutely love what's going on at Discord right now. And then obviously thank you guys in the comments and Instagram. I've got a whole bunch of platforms that I'm trying to catch up right now, so my head is kind of like spinning on my shoulders. But, you know, as with change is always kind of uncomfortable, but eventually I'll settle in. I'll work out a workflow amongst all the rest of the things that I'm doing in life. Anyway, guys, appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out.